Ah!
She told me.
Ah!
My career. She cares enough to not let me
Ah!
by doing some terrible reunion.
What are you doing here?
I live here.
I'd like to talk to the last
Oh.
Kenny. And this is Chris.
I'm Kenny.
Show.
That's right.
And this is our second edition.
Yeah.
Second full video that we're
Welcome.
Welcome. If you have noticed, we are in a different setting today.
Yes, we are.
This is my house.
It's his house.
This the last few videos that we did were at his house.
You're at my house.
Yes. But now we're at my house.
His house.
My house. And so yeah, this is the second video. Hopefully you have got a chance to see the first videos we shot. We did the test.
Mm-hmm.
We did the welcome.
You're welcome.
And then we did the accent or no accent.
That's right.
And I've seen that we've got about 5 or 6 views on that. So hopefully
Yeah.
we'll get more. We'll get some comments.
I hope so. Come on over. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
No, please don't be scared. We don't bite.
No, not that hard anyway.
Exactly. So here we are with our, as I said, the second video, and the second topic that we were thinking about is that I actually posted this on Facebook a couple weeks ago as one of my posts.
Okay.
That this city that we live in, Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yay!
Yay! Woo woo! It's actually its own best kept secret.
Yes, it is.
And I say that because I've heard a lot of people when I was in high school and sometimes in college say that Winston-Salem really doesn't have that much entertainment or that much to offer.
Yeah.
Did you ever get that?
I've heard that.
And what did you think?
That's not true.
Really? I mean, did you think the same thing when you were in high school, that there really wasn't that much to do?
I did for a little while because, I was, 15 and 16 years old. And
Couldn't drive.
I couldn't drive. I didn't know.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I totally understand that. And I was the same way. There's not a lot to do. There's really, it's just boring. I couldn't think of anything. But
Yeah.
but as I got older, I actually learned that there's a lot of stuff to do around here.
Mm-hmm.
The bad part about it is that it's not publicized.
So,
And 2, you don't go and look for stuff. People don't go out and look for stuff anymore.
exactly.
There is stuff to do here in Winston-Salem.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to go out and look for it.
Just get out there
Exactly.
and look. Look with your eyes.
Exactly. Exactly. There are numerous amounts of things to do here.
Oh, absolutely.
One, a lot of stuff that is around here is very cost efficient.
Mhm.
It's very, very, very cost friendly.
You don't have to be a millionaire to live here.
No,
to do
no,
stuff.
you do not have to be a millionaire to live here. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to have a whole lot of money to go out and do stuff. One of the things that you could do that doesn't even, now it does cost money, and yet it does not cost money.
No,
It does and it does not. One of the things that you could do is you can actually go to Old Salem.
Ah,
Old Salem is the old part of Winston-Salem.
yes.
If for all those, I'm going to give you a little, people that don't know about Winston-Salem, I'm going to give you a little history lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Winston-Salem used to be 2 separate cities, Winston and Salem.
Mm-hmm.
And in 1913, they actually voted to become one city. That's why it's Winston-Salem.
Not to be confused with the Salem witch trials in Salem,
Massachusetts. Oh my God, I
That's
hate that.
that's a totally different ballgame there.
So one of the things that you can do, as I just said, you could go to Old Salem.
Mm-hmm.
Now they do have passes that cost money, but if you do not want to go into the buildings and actually learn the history, you could just walk around Old
Always go
Salem.
for a walk.
You can walk around Old Salem. It's got Salem College, which is an all-women's school.
Mm-hmm.
It's private college, and a couple of my friends have gone there. A couple of your friends have gone there.
They have.
And so that's one of the things that you could do. Just walk around and enjoy the sights of Old Salem, especially in the fall or in the winter when it snows.
Mm-hmm.
You've got those 1800s time era buildings, late 1800s, early 1900s. You've got that era of architecture.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that, and that doesn't cost anything. Now, if you want to go in and actually tour the Single Brothers house, The tavern, the Single Sisters house, that will cost you money because you'll have to have a day pass for that. Naturally. But just to hear the history of Old Salem, it's totally worth it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Another thing that you could do that doesn't cost anything is walk around downtown Winston-Salem.
Just walk.
You've got the Reynolds Building, which is the prototype for the Empire State Building. So if you think about it, the original Empire State Building is right here in Winston-Salem. Not in this house.
No, not here,
but in Winston-Salem downtown.
Here.
Exactly.
Everywhere.
It's here, there, and everywhere. It's in downtown Winston-Salem.
Yes.
You've got the Winston Towers, which was the old Wachovia building.
Okay.
And you've got the Nissen building that has a penthouse. Although I think the Haynes family used to stay on the top.
Never been there myself.
Neither have I.
I hear it's great.
So do I. Oh, we've got a friend that lives there. We need to go visit. We should. And also, from what I've heard, they've got a giant pool up in the penthouse.
On the top.
Up on the top. I would love to do that.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
So you just go. And also some of the. You've got the new Wachovia building / Wells Fargo building. It's a giant building with a dome on top. People say it looks like a penis.
Well,
The giant, the shot of the shaft. Then you've got the GMAC Insurance Building, which I think is pretty cool because on the back is nothing but brick, and it says GMAC Insurance. On the front is nothing but glass, and it's actually I think it's like green tinted glass.
Yeah.
It's pretty freaking awesome.
It is
That I didn't even know that was the same building, to be honest with you.
No.
Because driving from the theater home, I take Marshall Street to Main Street to get home, and you see the GMAC Insurance Building, which is the front, all glass.
All glass.
And then if you're at the dash, at the BB&T ballpark for the dash, you see nothing but brick. It's the exact same building.
It's the same building.
Pretty awesome.
It's right there. It's the same building.
Exactly.
Goes up like a building.
Another thing is they have something called, you have the Old Salem, which is
What's that one?
is actually a museum if you think about it. But it's a live museum, if that makes any sense. Then you have the new Winston Museum, which is a new museum about Winston-Salem.
Okay.
You have the Renota House.
Ooh, that's a nice place.
Museum of American Art.
Yes.
Which is R.J. Reynolds and Catherine Reynolds' vacation bungalow. They actually used to live on 5th Street. I wasn't sure if you knew that.
Yep.
But you learn something new every day.
That's right.
Don't you? So the Renota House, that actually costs about $15, $20 maybe. But there are certain days where we went last year.
We did.
And it was Community Day.
Yeah.
And it was free.
It's free. And I don't know about you guys, but if it's free, it's for me. I'm gonna go. If it's free, I'm gonna be there.
Exactly.
I mean, it's free.
Exactly.
Why not?
And also, one of the things that I actually like is that a lot of kids nowadays, for fundraising, they're actually selling these Western Piedmont attractions booklets.
Okay.
And one of the things that they have in the back is for certain things like that. They've got SECA, which is the
So yeah, I forget what it stands for.
I can't remember. But it's something that has to do with the arts.
That's right.
They have coupons for Renota House. Buy one, get one free. One of the other things that you could do is you could go to the ballpark, watch the dash, BB&T ballpark from April to September. Tickets there are like $15, $16 to sit on the lawn, and then usually there's not a lot of people there. You can buy a lawn ticket, and you can sit in one of the regular seats, like on the third base line. And nobody's really going to care because there's not that many people. Nobody's going to come up to you and say, "You're in my seat," because more than likely they're not going to be there to tell you
That's
that.
right.
So it really doesn't matter. You have Grayland,
Yes.
which is Bowman Gray Sr.'s house. And Bowman Gray Sr. was actually the president of R.J. Reynolds Tobacco. And if you actually want to see a castle, come to Winston-Salem and just drive through Grayland.
Yeah.
That is a freaking castle.
It is something to see, that's for sure. Oh, and who can forget? Winston-Salem is famous for donuts.
Donuts, of course.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
They were invented in Winston-Salem.
So good.
And one of the things that you can do is that if you go on Stratford Road the Krispy Kreme on Stratford Road, they have the donut factory,
Mm-hmm.
which is they actually will put the donuts onto the conveyor belt, and you can see the conveyor belt, and the donuts go up and down.
That's what they do.
They do. They go up, then they go down, then they go up, and then they go down, then they go up, then they go down.
But they never do this.
No, they don't. Until they're on the conveyor belt that
That's
goes
right.
under the icing.
And they get the frosting.
The frosting glaze, the glazed waterfall. And so you actually see the donuts, they're like this thin, and then they actually rise to become a regular donut because they're being cooked through the conveyor belt. And then they go on the conveyor belt under the glazed waterfall.
Oh. Sometimes when I'm there, I just want to lie down and just open my mouth and just let the glaze dribble all over me. Just,
Exactly. Exactly, like Homer Simpson.
Exactly.
Donuts. And also, one of the things at Krispy Kreme is that during Hot Now, you go in there, you can watch that, and then you go in, and you can either get a free sound. They used to do Hot Nows. Would you like a free Hot Now? But now they just do, would you like a free donut?
The donut holes.
Which is still pretty freaking amazing.
And if you don't know what the donut holes are, they're just little balls of donut, and they're delicious.
Exactly. I mean, Dunkin' Donuts used to do them,
Oh.
but now Krispy Kreme does them, and I like Krispy Kreme better because
Well,
it's from Winston-Salem.
of course.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Another thing that you could do, now we're actually going to go into the things that cost money. So if you don't like this, then just turn the video off right now.
And we'll see you next week.
Exactly. Peace. Some of the things that you can do that actually are going to cost money. Like I said, we're going to go to BB&T Ballpark and watch the Dash.
Okay.
We're actually going to go down to Bowling Green Stadium.
If you like NASCAR, it's the place to be.
Exactly. Every Saturday night from May to the end of August, they have a stock car racing. And it actually used to be part of the NASCAR circuit when NASCAR first started out.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, in a galaxy far, far away.
Petty raced there. A few other big names.
I think Junior Johnson.
Jim Johnson, yeah, that's right.
I think Earnhardt probably raced there.
I'm sure he did.
I mean, that only is going to cost $10.
It's $10, and they have the thing every so often, ladies' night. So bring your lady down there. She gets in for $2.
And sometimes there are some times where she actually gets in for free.
That's true.
So, I mean, you want to make a day. I mean, if you're into NASCAR and your girl's into NASCAR, or if y'all just want to get out of the house, be like, come on, baby, let's go and watch this. Because even, sometimes you don't even have to watch the race.
No.
Just watch the people.
You can walk around, get a hot dog, a pretzel,
An elf ear,
an elfin
a funnel cake,
funnel cake,
pizza,
popcorn.
popcorn.
Maybe not quite all of that, but you get the point. I mean, you get
Exactly.
a hot dog and a drink and a pretzel, and you're good to go.
Exactly. But like I said, you don't even have to watch the race. Just people watch, because some of the people out there are just
They
like,
are quite interesting.
they are. And also, it's almost like Walmart, to be honest with you. You're like, I don't feel good about myself. You
They're-
watch people at Bowling Green, you're like, wow.
They're the kind of people that you will more than likely see at the Dixie Classic Fair, which you will see, peanuts, popcorn, pretzels,
Exactly.
et cetera, and so forth, and fried this, that, and the other thing.
Awesome. Fried
It's
butter.
fried butter, fried Kool-Aid,
Oh, that's
fried Kool-Aid, fried Snickers,
Fried
fried
ice cream.
Reese's. Oh, and then if you like burgers, and if you like donuts, what the Dixie Classic Fair will do for you, they will combine the two. They'll have a Krispy Kreme donut here, burger here, and then another Krispy Kreme donut here. I have had this donut, and let me tell you,
It's amazing.
it's amazing.
Or is that just an understatement?
No, it is. It is amazing. It's two flavors combined into one deliciousness, just busting with flavor. It's awesome. You should try it.
I need to try that.
Next year, because you just missed the Dixie Classic.
That's another thing.
Unfortunately, but
They-
always next year.
Another
Come
thing.
on back. We
Yeah,
can do a tour of the downtown Winston-Salem.
exactly. And then we
No,
can go
no.
to the Dixie Classic Fair.
Just come on.
That was another thing I was going to say. The Dixie Classic Fair.
Mm-hmm.
That comes in usually around the first and second week of October, or first weekend through the second week of
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
October.
it's like the 3rd through the 12th or something like that.
4th through the 14th or something like that.
Something, yeah,
It
whatever.
varies. And also, if you're thinking about going to school, or if you're looking for a place to go to school, if you're a law student, you're looking for law school. If you're a medical student, looking for medical school. You've got Wake Forest, which is law and medical. You've got Winston-Salem State. A lot of people that I know have become nurses, and they actually
Absolutely.
did their nursing. They got their nursing degree from Winston-Salem State. You've got the School of the Art. I don't even call it this, but it's the North Carolina School of the Arts.
No.
That's what we call it. It now is under the United University of North Carolina school system. So it's the University of North Carolina School of the Arts.
So it's UNCSA now.
But for people that have lived here long enough and have known it for long enough, it's
It's
NCSA.
the School of the Arts.
Exactly. It's just the school.
That's
of
all
the
you
Arts.
need to say, really.
Exactly. Another thing that I just remembered is that for School of the Arts, in November, usually middle of November, you can go see the Nutcracker.
Yes, you can.
And that's very awesome because usually the School of the Arts, the dance department, that are majoring in ballet, they will actually put on the Nutcracker along with the music department because, of course, you got to have the orchestra for.
Gotta have the orchestra.
And also, there have been alumni from School of the Arts that do ballet that have actually come down and actually performed in the
That's
Nutcracker.
true. That's true.
So that's another thing you can do.
It's something to see. I tell you, perfect date night, guys.
Oh yes.
Listen, you
Yes.
guys out there,
Exactly.
got a girlfriend, take her down there.
Exactly.
You'll enjoy yourself, I promise.
I mean-
I've seen it at least 5 times.
Wow, 5 times.
Yeah.
Awesome. And also, that actually happened last year because one of our friends, Stephen Widener, his wife wanted to go see it, and he actually called me about it and asked me about it. And he took his wife for a date night. And one of the cool things that you
And they
can
had a
do-
blast, too.
I bet they did. They didn't tell me, but I think they did. He didn't, but she did. I think that's what he said.
How can you not?
How can you
It's the
not?
Nutcracker.
Exactly. It's a classic.
And it is not something you did off the high dive, unless it was. But that's another topic for a different story.
I think it was called the jackknife. Who cares? Okay. And one of the things that you could probably do, or that you would want to do, is that on 4th Street, which is where the Stevens Center is, which is where they have the Nutcracker during the run, is that there are a lot of restaurants and eateries down on 4th Street. You have Foothills Brewery.
Okay.
They make their own beer.
Yes, they do.
You have Hutch and Harris, which is pretty upscale. You have the Mellow Mushroom, which is awesome pizza, by the way.
Delicious pizza. Go, go, go.
Go.